Hello everyone, it is me, Trey Let's Play, and have you guys heard of a game called Antonblast? For those that don't know, Antonblast is a Wario Land-inspired platformer developed and published by Summitsphere. Originally started off as a Kickstarter project, has now finally been released as a fully fledged game. And as well as a sequel to Anton Ball. But anyway, this was a game I have been following since when I first heard about it. I think back in like 2023, and I even played the 2 demos that came out for the game at the time. But now the full game is finally here, and I can say, oh, this game is so good. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about Antonblast, what I liked about it a lot, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get in on it. To start off with what I like about gameplay. Now, the gameplay loop is very simple. You start off a level, and you just play through it, and then when you get to the end, you start this little thing called... And when that happens, you have to make a mad dash back to the beginning of the level, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall, the main gameplay loop is pretty simple, but the game itself, oh, it's so much fun to play, man. To start off, we have, in my opinion, one of the most satisfying things to pull off in a video game, the hammer jump. I just really like the hammer jump a lot. It's just such a fun mechanic, man. That's kind of all I have to say about that. That, and with the unhinginess of the gameplay and how very fast-paced it could be, it overall makes the game a lot of fun for me, as well as the levels. Not a single level in the game, for me at least, is really that bad or boring to play through. At least, except for like one exception, but that aside, yeah, I thought most of the levels in the game were a lot of fun to play through. Like, for example, the Big Bath, which is basically just a giant mind fuck where the environments just completely change when you walk into a different room, just trying to confuse the hell out of you. Or there's Pinball Mine, which literally turns you into a human pinball. So, yeah, basically, each level does have something unique and different about it that does kind of set the, make the gameplay a little more fresh, so it's not just, you know, blitzing through most of the levels, you know. There are some gimmicks that are added in, which I do think makes it a little bit better, and what have you. But, yeah. Overall, I really like the gameplay of Antonblast. It's fun, it's energetic, it's unhinged as hell, and overall, it's just a lot of fun. There is one more thing I do have to go over before we talk about the other stuff. The bosses. Yeah, overall, the bosses were pretty cool. There were some to fight, like the fella you were seeing here, the Jewel Ghoul, and some later in the game that were just kind of annoying, honestly, just because they took way too long or had way too many phases. I'm looking at the final boss, the devil fight specifically, and I know some people will say, oh, but it's the final boss, of course it's going to be tough. My big problem is just that it just has way too many phases, and it's just unnecessarily long, in my opinion. Fuck the first phase, though. Holy shit, that one was annoying as hell. But anyway, aside from that, yeah, the bosses were fine overall. But the next thing I'm going to talk about is the soundtrack, and oh, the soundtrack is so good. Most of the music and soundtrack in this game is just a straight up vibe, man. It's so good to listen to. Not a single one, in my opinion, was really boring or bland to listen to. I absolutely love the game soundtrack. Some of them kind of give me some Sonic Mania vibes to it, which is probably the reason why I love it so much, because Sonic Mania has absolutely goated OST. But yeah, the soundtrack overall is just, it's so good, man. But yeah, the soundtrack is really good. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the visuals and the animation. I really liked the visuals for this game, and the animation was also really good too. I absolutely loved how expressive the characters were throughout the game. I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff. Games have characters with a lot of unique expressions to them, or very exaggerated in some fashion, and I absolutely loved it here with Antonblast. And it really fits well with the sort of wacky and unhingedness that the game kind of has in it. And overall, the characters were just very fun to look at, and just seeing them and seeing how animated, and seeing them be very animated and whatnot. But yeah, I honestly really liked the visuals for Antonblast. It was very nice to look at. But yeah, that's kind of really all I have to say a little bit. But there is some extra content I should go over first before I call this off. So first off, you can go back and play previous levels to either get missing collectibles you may have missed in them, like spray cans, which will give you like little extra color palettes to change your characters at, which is pretty nice. Or you can do little challenge modes like a time trial where you have to try and beat the level as fast as possible. Or there's the combo chain mode where you have to try and beat the level with a high combo. And that's really about it. I mean, there's also Bruno's shop where you can go and like buy like little miscellaneous stuff, like little toys that just kind of just mess up your view of the game, or permanent health upgrades, which would have really came in handy for some of the bosses, but I was too fucking stupid to notice that. But yeah, I think that's about it. At least for me, at least on my end. But yeah, overall, Antonblast was a really fun game. It was a blast. I apologize for that pun. But yeah, this game was a hell of a lot of fun. I enjoyed it from start to finish. And yeah, that's really going to be about it. But before I do go, I will play this one interaction in the game that I thought was pretty hilarious. But before I do play that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, like it. And if you want to see more content from me, you know, subscribe, and you know, all the classic YouTuber stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Trey Let's Play, signing out, and have a good day.
Oh, hello, Redga. Huh? Who are you?
I was wondering the same thing. But, you know, about you.
That doesn't matter. Can you bring the red one out instead?
Huh? You mean, Anton? Why would you want to talk to him?
Well, frankly, my tiny friend, it's none of your business.
Do you know where our TV is?
Oh, shut up! I don't have time for this!
Yes, Annie is my favorite character. Okay, bye!